The Other Side Media Group and 91X now present The Other Side Radio Show, a program about people who make a difference from all walks of life in Quinte and beyond. And now here are your hosts, Jeremy and Joshua Davis.
Hello everyone, this is Victoria Hamilton, Canadian vocalist extraordinaire, on The Other Side Live with Jeremy and Joshua Davis at Country Inn and Suites by Radisson in beautiful Belleville, Ontario.
Hello everyone, I'm Joshua Davis and this is The Other Side Live, and great to be here, and happy Valentine's Day everyone. Absolutely, I'm Jeremy Davis, and joining us behind the mic today, we have Victoria Hamilton. Welcome to our show. It's great to have you here today.
Thank you so much for having me. It's great to be here.
Now, if we can first start out by asking you, how did your amazing musical experience begin?
That's a great question. Thank you for asking. My musical, I guess I can call it a career, started back in 2014 in Peterborough, Ontario, when I auditioned for a little musical called Les Miserables, and I thankfully was cast in the chorus. It was St. James Players there, and that was my first show ever, and it was an amazing experience in community theater, and it led me on to the producers with the same company, and onwards and to here today. So
now, is it something you were dreaming about growing up or not?
I'd say yes, because as a child, I did perform in front of my entire church when I was 3 years old, and I sang Can You Feel the Love Tonight from Lion King, all by myself, with just a microphone, no music. So yes, I'd say a dream of mine to be a singer. Sure, yeah, great.
Now, what is the most rewarding part of performing in musical theater for you?
The most rewarding part, that's tough. I guess for me, it's the people I've met, and being on stage, being able to tell these beautiful written stories, and through song is a great way to tell stories. And we get people from all ages out to see our shows, and they leave happy, and it's wonderful to make people happy. So yeah.
Well, absolutely. And there's something to be said about a live audience. You know, when you engage them, when you draw them in and get that instant reaction, right? That usually draws a performer to the stage, whether they're in the musical genre or if they're in dramatic theater. Would you agree or not?
Oh, for sure. Instant gratification of a live audience is what you dream of. You want to have people react to what you're performing. And just the end of a scene for me, when those applause go, you can't react yourself, obviously, as an actor on stage, but it's what makes it all worthwhile.
Now, one of the reasons why we have you on our big show today is you're going to do a big fundraiser up in your hometown of Peterborough for the Heart and Stroke Foundation. And can you tell us about that and why it's so near and dear to you?
For sure. My good friend Teresa is directing Leap to the Beat at Showplace in Peterborough, Ontario, February 29th. I am lucky to be stage managing that show. And it's a great cause for Heart and Stroke Foundation for fundraising. And it's important to me because a year ago, February 15th, actually, my mom suffered some heart complications that ended up in hospital for a week. So this is a really important cause for me to help raise money for. So I'm really happy to be working on it with everyone in Peterborough.
If I can ask you, and I don't want to put you on the spot here, but do you have any personal advice for our listeners out there, to give them some, education or some, signs just from a personal perspective of what they can watch for, when we're talking about heart and stroke, just from a person who has experienced that or not, and we'll go from there. Victoria, we didn't go over this, but it just came to me, and I thought it would be of interest to our listeners.
Well, I'd say any loss of speech or memory, or obviously for a heart attack, you would be watching for that pain and pain going up your arm. So I'm not a medical professional, but I do have 2 nurses in the family, and my mom is a nurse. And yes, definitely slurred speech for a stroke, and loss of speech, memory, and just whatever you do, make sure you get them to the hospital as quickly as you can, because time is of the essence in these kind of circumstances.
Well, absolutely, and without going into too much personal, moments, we've experienced that in our family, and I would concur with that. I just thought it would be nice to get a different individual perspective. So, yes, if you're experiencing that, please seek medical attention immediately. Also, not just during Heart Month here in February, but every time, please support the Canadian Heart and Stroke Foundation. It really does matter. So, before we go any further, with every single talented artist, performer who appears on the other side live here today at the Country Inn and Suites by Radisson, you want to perform a live song, delight our audience with your amazing talent. You did an amazing job during rehearsal, so we're going to let you take it away, and then we'll go from there. Victoria, you're going to love this.
Thank you very much. I'm going to start with a great song, one of my favorites to sing. It's Hallelujah by Leonard Cohen. Hope you enjoy. I heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do ya? Well, it goes like this: the 4th, the 5th, the minor fall, and the major lift, the baffled king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Your faith was strong, but you needed proof. You saw her bathing on the roof. Her beauty in the moonlight overthrew you. She tied you to her kitchen chair. She broke your throne and she cut your hair. And from your lips she drew the hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Maybe there's a God above, but all I've ever learned from love is how to shoot somebody who outdrew you. And it's not a cry you can hear at night. It's not someone who's seen the light. It's a cold and it's a broken hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Oh, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah.
Well, oh my goodness. That is better than Leonard Cohen, dare I say. You know, I love Leonard. Don't get me wrong. He's a great Canadian treasure, but oh my goodness, you're going to be a household name. Now that's for sure. Miss Victoria Hamilton. You just blew the roof off the Radisson here. Now, Victoria, do you believe that music can enrich a person's life and bring peace and harmony to their life and take them out of depression and despair?
Oh, I'm certain that it should help if someone's in the right mindset to listen, because I know if I'm having a bad day or anything and I put on, for example, one of my favorite songs when I'm angry is Phantom of the Opera, the dun, 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 because it's got so much passion and so many emotions. And for me, you put on a sad song and you sing it, even if you're not feeling those exact words, just getting those words out and feeling those feelings, I think it's very therapeutic.
Well, just like Elton John says, sad songs say so much, you know. So you gotta believe what he says, I guess. What I want to get to now is, so does it take you very long to come up with ideas for songwriting and the process of that? And can you take us through that for our listeners that may not know?
I'd say for me, I'm just getting into the whole songwriting process. From being a vocalist to starting to write poetry is what I've started with. In high school, I was writing poetry, and for me, a song is a poem. Just a poem is without music. So I start with writing some, well, in music terms, lyrics. But for me, it's still a poem. I can take something from everyday life, and if I have a thought, jot it down. And then later I can start humming a tune to it and hopefully add some music to it. But poetry is where it starts with for me to build the lyrics.
Absolutely. And you were mentioning that before we went to air today here on The Other Side Live. And you actually won a contest and got a book published of poetry. I do believe you mentioned. And so maybe you want to expand on that. And then I know Josh has a very special poem that he wants to include today. And then we want to get to more music and then more conversation after that. So stay tuned, everyone.
I actually didn't win the contest, but I did enter it, and I was selected to be published in a book of many Canadian authors, so for poetry. But it was a big honor to be published. So I was very happy with that. So poetry is a great pastime for me.
So what kind of things do you like to write about?
Well, my first big successful poem for me was the one I got published. I wrote it in high school. It was about bullying, about how it's really important to not let the bully win and to stand up for yourself and your friends. But lately I've turned more to love songs because I have a wonderful boyfriend in my life who gives me great inspiration to write some love songs about. So, yeah.
Okay, I'd like to do this poem now. This poem is entitled One Rose by Grace. Amazing grace, how sweet the rose comes to save a stem cell for me. I once was lost, but now I'm found, have a date with destiny. We've been here many days, bright shining as the sun, smiling and loving and working our days, not fearing anyone. The blooms shall inherit the earth and sky in the loving heart of the rose fly. Therefore, we will never have to say goodbye. Forevermore, we're in the field of dreams as we go, praying for you as the peaceful waters flow. Thus, let the river meet the rainbow, and let your eyes shine. You are seeing the great divine. For the legs of our life are forever strong. Just like every season, God has our song, gracing by the light of one rose, always young. Stem cells are yearning, stem cells are burning to see our friends again. Through your loving face, we see the place which we will always defend. Diseases be gone, which we all crave, and love will see us through. In the heart of angel wings, I will always love you. I heard about a bloodshed rose many years before. I heard about a bloodshed rose which we cannot ignore. Stars beam bright in heaven and earth's plight. We will never have to say goodnight, just always hello. We do not die, we do not lie in the petals of the seed. The field of dreams is our home if we just believe. Thank you very much. Love to you all. Well, that is just amazing, and that was a special gift for this Valentine's and Family Day weekend. But you know, I didn't just want to single out that occasion, because we need, love and all that promoted all times of the year. So that is just what I believe. Now, Victoria, what do you want to achieve next in this remarkable career? You're a vocalist extraordinaire. Do you want to, make an album, or do you want to, compose or do a whole theatrical show or concert of your own, or what is in your major wish list?
Well, what I've been thinking about and starting to work on myself for ideas is to do a some kind of charity concert here in Belleville and make it a night of musical theater, because that's where my passion comes from. And I have some fellow musicians who are wonderful vocalists who do musical theater, but just to continue to do more charity work, I think, to find great causes to raise money for. And I happen to be able to sing, so I figure a concert is a good place to go from. And also, I really like to get into more songwriting and working with other musicians to collaborate potentially with the music side of my lyrics, and just perform more. But I've got some performances coming up, so that's pretty exciting for me. So yeah, that's what I got on the plan.
Well, absolutely, Victoria. And you were mentioning that people can see you, and you have performed at the famous Night Kitchen 2 at Belleville Theater Guild or Pinnacle Playhouse. We just love that place. And we hope, Joshua and I, that you'll consider being part of one of the events that we want to do coming up with the Other Side Media Group. Watch out for that. Venue and dates and that to be announced. A lot in the works. And so we want to do some expanded shows. Before Josh jumps in there and we get to more music, can you tell our listeners how they can find out more about you on social media or otherwise? Thank you.
I just actually started working on a social media page. This is called Victoria Hamilton, my name, and it's to mark myself as a performer and singer out there. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have for finding me on social media is Facebook page, Victoria Hamilton. Yeah, come see me at the Night Kitchen next Saturday, February 22nd, 8 o'clock, Pinnacle Playhouse. You could talk to me afterwards if you want to. I'm pretty friendly.
Now, who would you like to perform with in your musical theater if given the chance? Victoria?
Well, that is quite the question, and I feel like I'll be insulting someone if I don't pick the right name here, but just off the top of my head, because I just saw him live in concert last June, is Hugh Jackman, because he's just a showman extraordinaire, and I happen to really love The Greatest Showman. And I would love to sing anything with that man, because he is a talent, but
Absolutely. And, you know, if people haven't seen that, if you've got Netflix, check it out on Netflix or any of your streaming platforms, or go out and buy it, too. It's worth a view. So before we run out of time, we'll have to preempt the other shows. We say this a lot, but you want to do another great live performance on the Other Side Live here today at the Country Inn and Suites by Radisson. So take it away, Victoria.
Thank you very much. I'm going to be doing a song by Carole King called You've Got a Friend. When you're down and troubled and you need a helping hand and nothing is going right, close your eyes and think of me, and soon I will be there to brighten up even your darkest night. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running, yeah, to see you again. Oh, yeah. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you have to do is call, and I'll be there. Yes, I will. You got a friend, oh yeah. If the sky above you grows dark and full of clouds, and that old north wind begins to blow, keep your head together and call my name out loud. Soon you'll hear me knocking at your door. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running, yeah, to see you again. Oh yeah. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you have to do is call, and I'll be there. Yes, I will. You got a friend. Good to know that you got a friend. When people can be so cold, they'll hurt you, yes, and desert you, and take your soul if you let them. Oh, but don't you let them. You just call out my name, And you know, wherever I am, I'll come running, yeah, to see you again. Oh, yeah. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you have to do is call, and I'll be there, yes I will. You got a friend, oh darling, you got a friend. You got a friend, oh darling, you got a friend.
Well, that was just amazing, and we're almost out of time here. We'll have to have an extra song on our YouTube channel, but maybe you want to just play us out with a little of To Make You Feel My Love, or something of that nature, and then we'll go from there. We look forward to having you back real soon on The Other Side live here today. Victoria, you're a great friend of ours already.
Thank you very much. I'm so happy to have been here with you today. I look forward to coming back. Here's Make You Feel My Love in the style of Adele. When the rain's blowing in your face and the whole world is on your case, I could offer you a warm embrace to make you feel my love. When evening shadows and the stars appear, and there is no one there to dry your tears, I could hold you for 1,000,000 years to make you feel my love. I know you haven't made your mind up yet, but I will never do you wrong. I've known it from the moment that we met, no doubt in my mind where you belong. I'd go hungry, I'd go black and blue, I'd go crawling down the avenue. No, there's nothing that I wouldn't do to make you feel my love, to make you feel my love.
For now, this has been The Other Side live with Victoria Hamilton. I'm Jeremy Davis. I'm Joshua Davis, and God bless, and keep loving each other. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. See you next week.
The Other Side Radio Show is a production of the Other Side Media Group in association with 91X. Copyright 2020, all rights reserved. Connect on Facebook at The Other Side Media Group, Instagram at Jeremy Tyler Davis, or on YouTube at Jeremy T. Davis, Belleville, Ontario for on-demand episodes and more. Tune in next time for another great episode of The Other Side Radio Show.